And essentially, you had a guy out there firing on people. And I think there's a second problem that is going to need to be addressed out of this, because there were people who were in their cars charging. They were in Teslas. The cars are getting charged, and they sat there helplessly and watched a gunman shoot.
What do you mean
them
the
down.
cars are getting charged? They were at charging stations?
They were at a charging station, and apparently with the
they were
Tesla,
sitting in there waiting for it?
which people often do. They're
I
charging
see. Right,
and then they
right.
unplug it, right? The problem is that this gunman comes up, they can't accelerate, they can't do anything. As long as it's being in the charger, the vehicle's completely disabled. And so they were essentially sitting
yes.
ducks inside of the car.
Reason number 900 to use gas vehicles.
Well, okay, well, there you go. But I'm just saying, it is something that I think needs to definitely be looked at. And we have a quote, because there was a combination of a off-duty cop and a good guy with a gun.
Look at this guy.
Which
this guy looks like the face of Idaho.
Yeah, he kind of has somebody said that he's played a lot of Fortnite or something.
Right.
It looked like a video game. But anyway, this guy here.
I peeked around the right-hand side of that sign closest to the road, and that's where I saw the individual with his rifle pointed at the vehicles.
Authorities believe those heroic actions drove the shooter from the scene and likely saved lives.
He seemed unusually comfortable aiming that rifle at those cars. And then as soon as some rounds started coming at him, everything changed.
Go figure.
Immediately, all that,
bravado.
All that bravado he had.
Thank you.
Immediately crumbled. This In-N-Out had opened just a week prior. The company says one of their workers was killed while caring for customers. Christopher Claunch was also killed.
I peeked around the right-hand side of that sign closest to the road.
Anyway, so yeah. It's
you don't have to. Let me tell you something. You don't have to be a marksman. I think if you just return fire like this guy did,
absolutely,
it's enough to disrupt the event.
Yes, and the guidance that I have seen, in any mass shooting, because it has changed over the years, right, is throw something. Don't just sit there and hope you don't get hit. Pick up something, throw something, do anything you can to throw off their concentration and distract them, because it may save your life, even if it's tackling them. Like, you remember that?
Who was this guy, by the way? Did they find out anything about him?
Well, that's, actually I have this article coming up, and sadly, this guy's another case that I'm starting to wonder what the hell's going on. He was railing against crime, supposedly, in a bunch of posts before he went on his mass shooting. So, in November 14, 2014, let me see, we've got some tweets here and other posts. Is this an X post? I don't think it's X. I think it's something else. But anyway, saying, last month, a man pointed an AK-47 at the door of a house only streets away from my childhood home. He would have killed you or me for walking out our front door at the wrong time over a truck he would sell for just $8,000. Waddle, Arizona, a border state. Here he's responding to Iraq veteran here, talking about historically registered firearms, etc. He's saying the group responsible for writing law and solving heinous crimes, including murder, have only one reason for knowing who owns what gun so they can steal them. You clowns. Anyway, he comes off in his messages as, well, he sounds like a lot of people here, possibly.
Yeah.
And we have seen some of this in recent times, of people like Tyler Robinson, who is in a very conservative family, kind of grew up conservative, and something turned. And I don't know.
Well, it could. Sometimes it's not political. It's like they fired his girlfriend, or they didn't hold the pickle and the lettuce. A lot of times it's a minuscule thing.
It could be.
Yeah. Well, we don't know. So I mean,
but I do want to acknowledge that it is unusual of late. If it's not a trans shooter, and don't yell at me, people. It's not my fault that there happens to be a sizable number of trans shooters. Yes, perfect. Somebody put in the chat, like he was activated. That's kind of
Could be.
The feel
Could
that
be.
I have with some of this.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, if they don't have any motivation after a while, I mean, it seemed like he was a functional human being.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And again, not a normal setup. Now, I found this article, and this is a follow-up because you shared in our segment, and folks, you may want to check it out. It's called Torn from the Headlines. And it's on Locals, and we do put them out here too. But you talked about an incident that happened in Arizona with a game and fish law enforcement officer and somebody at a gas station, and tasing and fire. Well, guess what, Mark?
What?
I have the footage. We had literally this cop who, well, he's not, I don't know, he's a game and fish guy. So cop, whatever, he's some law enforcement type who works for the game and fish department. And
what is the beef again? I forget. He pulled his,
he pulled this guy over for trespassing or trying to enter or something.
Oh, right.
And I don't know how he wound up at this gas station, but apparently this I'm just going to say cop. Okay. I know that there's a differentiator. Followed him here, and let's look at this. It's insane. Okay.
Guy just got tased.
Oh my God.
Fire at the gas station.
Oh my God.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Wait, dude, I got birds all over. I know. Dude, it's hot.
I know.
Dude,
But get on the ground though.
This is the worst cop in the history of the United States. Like, what is wrong with this guy?
No kidding.
It's on fire. You guys need to move back.
Yeah. I'm busy.
I'm busy here. Stay out of this. Oh my God! What a debacle! Where is this?
This was you shared it. It was in Arizona.
No, I know. I forgot where it was though.
And look at this guy's hands.
Oh dear God! You think he's got a lawsuit against the state?
He's got something, because I'm telling you, I don't know why the hell a fish and wildlife officer is chasing him to get gas. Why don't you call local authorities?
There are spokesman for the Fish and Wildlife says the taser deployment is under review.
Yeah, I would.
After further review, technical foul number 23.
Yeah, and I think that is a perfect case that the lawyers are like,
he stepped onto Havasu National Wildlife Refuge.
Yes,
and like now he deserves to get tased is insane.
Yeah.
He left the place, he went somewhere else, and this guy followed him.
Yeah. Now he was apparently the gas station is at the Fort Mojave Indian Reservation.
Yeah.
There are tribal police too. I know this is a federal thing, and the federal and Indian reservations, but this is a horrible situation. And I'm sure they're just trying to let this shit die down, and have told the lawyers, just make this go away quietly. Give him 20 grand. Do something. Just shut him up, because that is the most bonkers thing. When you told
this guy never had an encounter in his life, this wildlife dude. This guy probably got rejected. I'm going to guess he got rejected from the regular police, and he somehow navigated to this.
He could have. But again, this is the case of, you told me a story, and I was going, what?
Yeah,
what? It sounds crazy. This is even crazier watching it.
No. I never saw the video. It wasn't around when we told the original story. But yeah, the guy was burned. I think the fire keeps going, by the way, not in that video, but I think the fire engulfs that truck.
I wouldn't doubt it, but he's so busy with the guy on the ground. It's like, oh my God. So here are your alternatives. You could go to California. Both have a gas station. Okay. So you could be in a high-speed, car chase in California, pull over, pump your gas, and drive away.
Keep going.
Or you could be like this poor sap who pulls over. He's in a gas station, probably doesn't even know what's going on, and Barney Fife here comes running up and tases him. He's falling to the ground, and he's like trying to stop Bernie, and the guy's like, "Get out, get out!" I'm like, "Oh God."
Wow. Wow, that should be a training manual video for everyone.
Yes,
in law enforcement.
Yes, it should. I totally agree. While we're getting in some weirdness, you sent me this. I think I had it also on X to share too, but whatever. It's video, Gateway Pundit. Watch unlicensed trans funeral home director accused of stealing $2.2 million estate.
I just want you to put all those words together in one, just the title of the person: unlicensed trans funeral home director stealing. I mean, think about how many things are in that one sentence.
Well, but it gets better.
Yeah.
$2.2 million estate and keeping organs in bucket.
Of course.
Confronted by reporters in court. His answer: I'm a celebrity and get out of my face, bitch.
Wow.
So let's see. Do we have the Oh, we do have the footage. So.
Hi. I don't have anything to say. Get out of my face.
Did you know?
I don't have nothing to say.
Did you know
Get out. I don't have nothing to say. Get out of my face.
How did you make an $800,000 bond?
Get out of my face. I need something to do, baby. Get you some shoes that look good.
Okay.
Where about your clothes, your uniform you got?
Okay.
Yeah, she has no comment. At this point, she has no comment in advice of counsel. I'm not
I'm
going to allow her to make any kind of
I'm a
statement.
celebrity.
Did you forge those documents?
I'm a celebrity.
Did your mother forge them? Did your mom forge them?
Where did that
Maybe
bucket of
your
organs come
mom
from?
forged them. Come on out of the way, baby. Get out of the
Where did
way.
the organs
Get out of
come
the
from?
way. They were for you to eat for lunch. Stupid. They were for you to eat.
That went well.
Let me tell you something. The level of insanity, it just keeps growing and growing and growing, and they end up seeking and gaining jobs that have some authority to them because they're craving power. These are the least powerful persons in the society. So they seek out jobs as nurses, funeral home directors, cops. All of that stuff is the same. It's a need because of low self-esteem and because of feelings of powerlessness that they want to be in charge of anything, even if it's a place with dead people.
Well, we've talked about that, and well, we've applied it to leftists, but this is just an extreme example. I guarantee he's not voting for Trump.